All right.
All right, here we are. Welcome back to another week of Yay Dude Sports. Malena Putnam here with our sports dude, JD Shaklee. JD, fall is finally here. The official day, I guess, was Wednesday. We were just talking before we started recording allergy time. But other than that, what do you love about fall?
Well, I mean, we talked about this, I think, in my intro video. I love the combination of high school and college football, kind of those crisp evenings, or if you're an OU fan, 11 a.m. games. Maybe not this week, but and then on October 1st every year, I post "Season of the Witch" by Donovan, the old '60s tune, and then I try to kind of have a playlist for my daughter and I. My son's not a big movie guy, but my daughter and I will definitely get in some of those Halloween classics every year. And so when October 1st hits, I'm ready and excited.
Okay, so you're more the spooky movies, not the Hallmark Christmas movie kind of guy, right?
Uh, I I thoroughly enjoy the scary movies and the spooky movies, but I also will take in a Hallmark Christmas movie
Look at
more out
you.
of yeah, more of a kind of a snicker, like, oh, this is so funny. But yeah, I enjoy them both. Yeah,
Okay.
for different reasons.
Awesome. All right. Well, I love fall. It's my favorite season, mostly because of football season, but also spooky season. I will not do the scary movies, though. That stuff just stays with me. I cannot do it. But I love everything else. My house is already decorated for Halloween. My husband and I have a huge Halloween party every year with a different theme. It's Cowboys and Aliens this year. So I'm sure I'll share some photos and videos on Yay Dude as those things progress. And of course, this week was State Fair week. And I actually bought a season pass because I'm that big of a State Fair dork. And I went 3 times already. And I don't even know because I don't do the games. I don't do the rides. I didn't even do the Ferris wheel this year. I just love the ambiance. But I have to say, we bought a hot tub yesterday. So it
those
worked.
hot those hot tub guys have had their eye on you for years, and they finally got you.
I know. I can't help it. I love it. We've had all these vacations canceled, and I'm just like a sit and soak kind of person. And so
Mhm.
there you have it. They got me. So love the state fair. Did you do the state fair this year?
We haven't done it yet. We haven't done it yet. I'm looking forward to maybe doing it, but this is Parents Weekend at OU, so
That's
it's our
right.
first Parents Weekend at OU. So we are super excited about that to get down there and see our son. So
That's awesome. Well, good, good, good. Well, let's get into sports then. You did a story this week on Yay Dude, which they can find it as a featured story on our sports page on yaydude.co. And about Big 12 and kind of a look back at, of course, a look forward at what's happening this week. And then you did some memories of those matchups. But before we get into this weekend's games, let's rewind to last weekend. Kind of disappointing again, right? And really close games for both OU and OSU. Let's start with the OU Nebraska game, which everyone was so excited about. Man, that was intense.
just as I thought it would be, the atmosphere was unbelievable. Being in the game, the Nebraska fans, I tell you what, they travel there. When Nebraska, something positive would happen, those Nebraska fans, you could hear them up in the corners. There was a lot of Nebraska fans. Um, the thing is, OU is 3-0, right? So there's not a huge amount to complain about at 3-0. There were seasons in the 90s when we would have loved to have been 3-0.
Yeah.
But really, it's about expectations, and the expectations for our offense to come out and hit those huge, long, bombs. But really, that longest pass in that Nebraska game was 23 yards. The longest run, I think, was also 23 yards. Pardon me. So it's really about expectations, and some of the really historic offenses we've maybe been spoiled by a little bit in the past. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, just amazing offenses, even all the way back to even, Sam Bradford. And so you come out and you kind of dink and duck the ball down the field, and the fans get a little impatient. And so I get that. really, it is an important week for Spencer Rattler to come out and have a good game. No interceptions, maybe hit a couple of long passes, not for any reason other than to just get these fans off his back just a little bit, because the poor guy, I mean, he's completing 75% of his passes. 75%. So
Yeah.
it's hard to complain about that.
Right.
But I'm excited to see how it goes. Nebraska was great, but we have to look forward to West Virginia now.
Yeah, and it's weird timing wise. Of course, we're excited about evening games, and since I'm a house divided, both OU and OSU have home games, and fortunately they're in the evenings, which was great. And we've had a little bit of a tent break. I think it's going to be back up to like 90 this weekend, but fun that we have two home games to go to this weekend. So I think we're actually going to go to Stillwater. And then we'll definitely get to OU sometime in the future. But when you were talking about the quarterback play and just the legends that Spencer has to be compared to, just because it is QBU, our Yay Dude Sooner Sports reporter, Kaylee Tinglestad, did a report this week, a package showing us Heisman Park. So for people that haven't taken the time to go through and look at that, it's pretty cool. And so she kind of goes through all the quarterbacks and why it's called QBU. So I thought she did a great job on the story. So you guys check that out. But also, hopefully Spencer can live up to some expectations, maybe not get so much crap this week. I don't know. So let's rewind to the OSU Boise State game. Boy, that was really close. What were your thoughts there?
Oklahoma State, and I think Mike Gundy even mentioned it afterwards. The fact that they were able to run the ball when Boise knew the run was coming was impressive, because the struggles that they had with the offensive line last year, it is impressive to see them run the ball at will. Jalen Warren comes out, a big 75-yard run, runs for over 200 yards, and really makes an attempt, coming to OSU through the transfer portal, to establish himself as the number one running back, running back room. We kind of thought it was going to be led by LD Brown and maybe a committee of backs. In fact, I think it was Dominic Richardson that ran for over 200 yards at TCU last year. I think it was TCU. And so you thought it was going to be maybe a committee, but Jalen Warren really makes a firm statement that he's the number one running back for this team. And the thing that does the slightly paranoid football fan in me, the thing that makes me a little bit worried is, yes, they were able to run the ball at will, but the other part of me just suggests, did they think they couldn't throw the ball? At some point late in the first half, I think Spencer Sanders had 6 yards passing. 6.
Yeah.
So it depends on, I guess, how, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? And that's the thing, as a fan, only the rest of the season is going to tell us. We're going to have to kind of hide and watch and see how it goes. Casey Dunn, I'm sure, as the offensive coordinator, is still developing as a play caller. And so, it took Mike Yursich, who came from Shippensburg University. It took him a little while to develop as a play caller, and maybe we give Casey Dunn that same grace.
Right. Yeah. Good point. And yeah, we thought the same thing while we were watching the game. It's like, are they ever going to throw the ball? and maybe there was that fear that it would get picked and all that stuff, which,
Right.
This weekend's game, let's fast forward to Saturday then, since we're still talking about OSU, they play Kansas State. And, of course, they don't have their main quarterback still, right? And so that could give OSU the edge a little bit. What are your thoughts on what's going to happen there?
Kansas State runs the ball really well, and they maybe have one of the best offensive lines in the conference. And so the Oklahoma State defense really has had a great season so far, coming off last season where they performed really well. Guys like Rodriguez, who I believe leads the team in tackles. It's really going to be on them to stop that run, because their backup quarterback, I believe that Will Howard, I believe is his name. He's not he's not what people would call a pass first guy. So it's really going to be up to them to stop the run. The reverse of that, OSU offensively, Spencer Sanders, I sound like a broken record at some point. We just look for him to continue to make strides in development and throwing the ball, running the offense, and most importantly, not turning the ball over.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good luck to the Pokes, and our Yay Cowboys sports reporter did a little story on tailgating. Tailgating is huge at OSU. Not that it's not at OU, but OSU's kind of really been known for their big tailgating presence. And so I look forward to kind of going through there. And so in her report, she talks about the process that you go through to be able to tailgate there on campus. So we wish them the best of luck. And then OU, tell us what you're kind of expecting with West Virginia. Everyone's, again, a little bit nervous about this game. What do you think we really need to look for?
I mean, the number one thing you'd look for with West Virginia is they have an all-conference running back, Letty Brown. And the second leading rusher on the team behind that all-conference caliber back is a quarterback by the name of Garrett Green. And so he is the second leading rusher off the team. Now, their starting quarterback is Jarrett Dagey from, you might remember the last name Dagey. He is from Lubbock, Texas, and there was a Dagey starting quarterback at Texas Tech just a few years ago. And so that's the thing is I think West Virginia is going to come out, A, they're going to pound you with Letty Brown, and B, they're going to give you that change of pace. And just when you think you're selling out to stop the run, they're probably going to try to go over the top on you. So defensively, West Virginia should be probably their biggest test is my guess. Nebraska came in with a respectable defense, but I think West Virginia may be a tougher test for them. And it's really all about how this offense responds. I mentioned it earlier in our talk here. They really need to respond. The fans are getting restless. And you know what? I know ultimately in the grand scheme of things, the fans, they can be mad all they want, but it just creates this atmosphere of restlessness among the fans. And it doesn't take much to do that, but they broke a almost 65 game streak of scoring 27 points last week against Nebraska. They had scored at least 27 points for 65 straight games, and they broke that.
Yeah.
And, we weren't playing Alabama. We were playing a marginal Nebraska team. And so that's the thing. Look, we're winning games, but it comes back to expectation, what fans are used to. Mm-hmm. And I think what fans think and probably know it's going to take to win a national championship, because that's the goal for this season. It really is the goal for this season. We've heard so much talk. 2021 is going to be the year. And so when they come out and break a streak of scoring 27 points a game, it creates that restlessness. And I get it. Absolutely.
Totally agree with you. And of course their performance made them drop a bit in the rankings, mm-hmm. but still 3-0. OSU still 3-0. I think that this weekend will definitely be a test for both of our teams. And since I will be in Stillwater, you will be in Norman for Family Day. We'll take some pics and videos. We want to encourage all of our followers to please remember to support local, eat local, shop local. The local economy needs us to support them. These small businesses really, really rely on game days and those influx of people. So definitely try to put that into your schedule this weekend if you're visiting game days. And again, we want to thank all of our Yay Dude team, all of our MVPs, the small businesses that support Yay Dude and want to share these stories and encourage us to all get out and celebrate together. And a last reminder for everyone to sign up for our Friday fan mail, where we will have some of these stories in there and everyone can find out the local events that they can go out and participate in and support. So we appreciate that. JD, have a fabulous weekend with your son and family at OU Day, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Yay, dude.